Yep.
Let's go to questions.
Fell off.
Get all this shit out of my face. All right. Question 1. I'm not reading them. I don't have them pulled up. I'm recording, so.
Question 1. What's the weirdest piece of video game merchandise you cross at a convention?
I thought
That's
hard
from
about
Mr.
this one.
Haru.
Yeah, I couldn't think about this one. Like, the first thing that came to my head was body pillows, but those aren't that really weird anymore.
Nope.
Weirdly.
I got a story with those if you want to hear it.
Let's let Chris go, and then you can pick it up.
All right.
There was, it's not official. There was a fan-made mouse pad of Yuri from Tales of, which one has Yuri in it? Tales of Vesperia.
Oh.
It's like when there's like the female anime mouse pad with like the titties that hang out.
Yeah, we know titty mouse pads.
Yeah, it's him with his pecs. That was probably the most interesting thing I've seen. I don't think I've ever seen a male-oriented mouse pad. There's mine.
How about that cool spot pillow?
That's not weird to me.
That's not weird though. That's just cool.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I was
Yeah,
I was thinking really hard on like weird stuff.
Yeah, you go to enough conventions, nothing's weird anymore.
Yeah.
Because once you've seen it once, it's just normalized for you.
Yeah. Like it's like if you find like promo stuff that just doesn't make sense, like I don't even know what at MagFest it was cool to see so many Untitled Goose Game related stuff. We got to still buy one, but that amiibo, that goose amiibo.
Oh yeah.
That he had the butter knife in his beak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Peace was never an option. So what's your body pillow story?
Oh, this was before the anime RWBY became popular, and really broke big. Before you could see like posters for it in Walmart and crap.
What is that, like 2011? 2010?
When it came out? Oh, I don't know.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, look that up. But like RWBY, RWBY, the Rooster Teeth anime. I got into it when season 3 was active.
2013, July 18th.
Okay.
But I was but like, you know, I was at an anime convention in Pittsburgh and I was like, let's see if I can find some RWBY stuff. And I asked one booth that had kind of just off the wall plushies and whatever, and he's like, oh yeah, I got RWBY stuff, and then he starts reading through this box and starts breaking out. He's like, I got some of these on display, but I have some other ones that aren't. And he starts bringing out these pillows, and I'm like, no, I don't need. I didn't say this, but in my head, I'm like, I don't need a body pillow. I don't want anybody to buy me a body pillow ever. I don't need any of this. And I was like, oh, okay, I don't know about those, and I'll just keep looking around, and I just like fucking beelined it out of there.
I love the body pillows that you can ask them to install a Fleshlight into. Those are the best.
Good, great. Cool.
You can just do that. You don't have to ask anybody to do it for you.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if someone does it for you, you don't have to do it yourself because you mitigate having to sit there in your own shame as you're sewing this thing together.
No, it's the opposite. I'm a man that likes to make his stuff.
Yeah, but if I just put in the order, I don't have to look away as this guy is.
You should be shameful.
Together.
No, you should be shameful when you're doing it. Anyone that wants a Fleshlight in their body pillow should have to go to a seminar to learn how to do it. You pieces of gross shit.
They put in their information so that everyone can fucking see. It's on like an NSA database.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sign up for it through the ESA and it's all good.
Yeah, it's like when you're looking up uranium. So.
Oh, I forgot about that story. So weird shit, not something I saw at a convention, but weird shit that you should not look up. I found out that if you look up uranium, you immediately go on another watch list. So that's cool.
Sweet.
Yeah, but uranium's pretty fucking cheap. I think you can get like a pound or an ounce for like $30. So there's that.
Yo, what kind of ounce you trying to get?
The only reason why I searched it is because fucking I was watching a TikTok and this dude had 2 ores, like 2, maybe like that, like not too big. He had them in this little safe box. One of them he could just like leave out because I guess its half-life had gone over a few times. It wasn't very radioactive. The other one had to be in like a lead case. And he, shows like with a Geiger counter, like, yeah, this is how radioactive this one is. This is how radioactive the other one is. And I'm just thinking back to my time in the Marine Corps, where I had a buddy of mine who was in the Air Force, and he was at one of the launch sites for a nuclear missile. And he was telling me at the time, I was like, yeah, we had a dude that lost his leg because he put an ore of uranium in his pocket and forgot about it all day, and then he got fucking cancer.
That's how you get like a third eye. Like, don't fuck with shit that's radioactive.
I wish that if I held on to radioactive shit, I would get a third eye. That's
You just
not
get
how
cancer.
it works. You just get cancer. So, but
So
there's
Spider-Man got cancer.
That's another episode of Aquatine Hunger Force.
Yeah. But no, this dude had uranium,
yeah.
and it's not fair because
It's not fair.
It's not fair.
He searched for uranium, and
What would you do with it?
Nothing. I would just have it.
You were,
and then when the world is going to shit and all the nukes have been launched, they're trying to make more, they'll have to come to me, and then I sell to the highest bidder.
For what? You think it's gonna be uranium that's gonna save us? Like I got all this uranium. Shit, it turned out to be eggs that saved us. I'm fucked.
You would have got along just fine with some of my friends in high school that would buy like sodium on eBay and stuff and toss it into the swimming pools.
Oh,
that's
just
just
nothing.
fun.
Like, I fucking stole this stupid shit.
We made water bombs.
Story. I fucking used to take like liquid nitrogen and I throw it in water just to see what fucking ends up happening. And then when I was in high school, I threw it in the toilet because I was trying to get rid of it really fucking quick, and that toilet exploded.
Oh boy!
Because I flushed it down. So
I knew someone.
Don't do that. Don't do shit like that.
I'm from the South, so I knew someone that used to throw baggies full of gasoline onto bonfires to start them.
That's some normal ass hick shit, though. Like, that's something that you can expect.
You don't get to say that because you aren't from here. So no.
Yeah, I may not be from there, but I can look from the outside in. I can tell you that's some normal ass hick shit.
Even the hicks are like, nah, use kerosene. So.
Oh, okay.
You dumbasses.
I'm sorry, Mother Earth.
It's fine. I was already on a watch list as it was, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, there's no really weird shit that I've seen at conventions at this point, or it's just become the norm, like I was saying.
Become desensitized.
I mean, even seeing like the male guy dressed up as Sailor Moon is like normal.
Mm-hmm.
That probably would have been like surprising or shocking in the late 2000s.
Maybe.
I would say the early 2000s.
You think so? Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't really big into like the cosplay scene.
I was going to
to
stuff back then. I was just like, that's normal. But like back when you couldn't like see anime, like during the early 2000s and shit, where it wasn't that accessible, and you just see like a very hairy man dressed up as, Sailor Moon, and I'm just like, all right, okay.
I don't know. When I was younger, we used to have a tranny or transvestite. I don't know if that's the proper term for it, but just like a dude that would dress up in female's clothing when I was in the 5th grade. Just
That's a cross-dresser.
Whatever. Whatever. I don't give a shit. But we'd see him like just walk down and be like, okay.
I mean, we were at MagFest and we saw the very hairy Bowsette.
Yeah, but that's 2020.
It didn't bother me.
This was 1999.
Oh, yeah.
So it was a little actually, that's 2001. 9/11. That's what.
All right. What's the next question?
It's me. I'm the next question.
Yeah, you get to ask all 5 of these because we're not doing your job this week.
All right. Whatever, turd burglar. So, trailing off from last week's music talk, what's a band you were super into that you're more surprised people have heard of them than not when they come up in conversation? Mine is SR71. Just bought the album again.
Oh, wow. I always forget that. I'm like, who sings this song? I'm like, all right, yeah, it's SR71.
Yeah, you've heard their song Right Now. It was a one-hit wonder. Bowling for Soup did a cover of their song 1985 and made it worse.
Yeah.
I hate Bowling for Soup. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, they're kind of trash.
Yeah. So, yeah. You guys got any?
I don't have like, because I listen to music that's like not really all that mainstream as it is. Like I get somewhat surprised when people name fuck you, Corey. I get somewhat surprised when people name like Sum 41, but I get really surprised
What?
when
Sum 41 is mainstream.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, what I mean by that is like when they start talking about does this look infected, all killer, no filler,
Those were both their big hits, sir.
young kids talking about that.
Okay.
Like kids
That's
nowadays.
what I'm talking. Kids nowadays. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That just means they had good parents.
Yeah. But like you know how Angels and Airwaves is pretty mainstream. You know how Sum 41 is mainstream. Plus 44. I get really surprised when someone starts talking about Boxcar Racer.
Yeah.
Which I don't care what anyone says. People shit on that record all the time. I fucking love it.
I always
And
skip the opening track, but that's me.
which one's the opening track?
I feel so.
I like
Boxcar
this
Racer is 2/3 of Blink 182, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You
And
can't just
then-
take two members of the band and call it. It's still Blink 182.
I also get
No.
surprised when people start talking about Brand New. Because I feel like out of the indie punk, pop punk bullshit era, I feel like they kind of get left as a small footnote when
Because
they had a lot of influence.
Garbage around them now. But
Well, that's now. They didn't have that back then. Like
nah.
they have arguably one of the greatest alternative rock or indie records of the 2000s. The God and Devil Are Raging Inside Me.
Did
So
you see those masks that Rachel has on our entertainment center?
I did not.
Yeah, they released like they look like little like 50 Cent Halloween masks. Not the rapper 50 Cent, but
That'd have been better.
cheapo Halloween masks. She has them both. They're on our entertainment center for the Devil and God Are Raging Inside Me. They're pretty
Yeah,
cool looking.
That's one of my favorite records of all time. So, I mean, I get surprised when people start talking about that. Other than that, you know, I listen to a lot of obscure shit, so you can usually surprise me with almost anything.
It doesn't come up in conversation a lot, but I'll have every once in a while whenever I talk to someone about Green Day, they'll be like, "Hey, you remember that band, you know, that side band that they tried to do that was on like Facebook?" "Oh yeah, I remember those."
Yeah.
But he's like the person will be like, "Do you remember a band that it was all Green Day, but it was another band, like it was just like it was on Facebook, I believe, or it was on like MySpace. I can't remember it was just Green Day, but by another name." And it was like them going back to like Kerplunk and Dookie, like that kind of music. I can't remember what it's called.
There's a Billy
Like
Joel
it was
got a couple
Billy
of-
Joel, not Billy Joel.
I do that all the time. I do that all the time.
But it was the members of Green Day doing
Yeah.
something else, but covering their old shit. Is that what you're saying?
No,
Long
not
shot.
covering. It was new shit that's like was in the same genre of their other shit.
Okay.
Foxborough Hot Tubs.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say let's go down the list of side projects that Billy Joe's been involved in.
Oh,
Pinhead
Lord.
Gunpowder, Foxborough Hot Tubs is on there. The Network, Nora Jones, The Boo, Matt Grocott and the Shrives, and then the Long Shot, Emily's Army, and then his son's in a band called Swimmers.
This one is the band was brought to the attention of Green Day fans through messages sent to a select few members of the Idiot Club, which was Green Day's fan club back in December of 2007, with 3 songs on their website. So that you'll get that every once in a while. Let me pull up my Word document.
I actually didn't know about that.
Yeah.
But I try to stay away from Green Day as far as I can.
Back in the day, it used to be the Proto Men. Like before, they're a lot bigger than they were. But every once in a while, you'll get the person be like, "Oh, you ever listen to the Proto Men?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, listen to the Proto Men. They're awesome."
I had a guy recognized my Proto Man hoodie on the platform when I was waiting for the train home. He's like, "Where'd you get that?" I was like, "Oh, because I always have my earbuds in. I don't listen to people around me." Because he
No,
was just
they're the
like
worst.
looking at me. So anytime you're in the city and some dude's trying to get your attention, you assume it's for money or something. Well, that's pretty much it, or food.
Yeah.
So, but he was like, "Where'd you get that?" I was like, "Oh, like PAX 1 year sometime. I don't even know where." But it was cool that was recognized.
Yeah. Another one, maybe not so much now, but back when I was younger, the Violent Femmes. I don't know if you guys remember them. I mean, That's where everyone's like, oh, when CeeLo Green came out with Gone Dad, or it was Gnarls Barkley back then. He came out with Gone Daddy Gone. They're like, this song's good. I'm like, that's a Violent Femmes song, motherfucker. The original version's better. And then every once in a while, like, I'll listen to Billy Talent. And even now, people are like, what's this? I'm like, oh, it's like this, band. And then, but every once in a while, someone will get in the car and be like, oh, I haven't heard Billy Talent in forever. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Aren't they making a comeback? I'm pretty sure I read something where they were working on a new album.
They might be. I know the drummer had some kind of like bone disease, so it's going to probably be hard for him. But funny thing about Billy Talent is I think the bass player or one of the guitarists used to work on a show called Angela Anaconda. I don't know if you guys remember that weird South Park-esque show that was on Nickelodeon.
I've heard about it.
No.
I'll send it to you.
The name sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like a porn star.
Right? Billy Talent is on tour.
Oh, are they?
They do have an upcoming 6th studio album.
In the UK right now.
Ooh.
Dude,
you don't want to know. You want to know how I found out about it? It's through the TMNT movie.
They have that's what that song's on. Yeah.
Yeah, Fallen Leaves or something like that is on there.
Yep.
And then I found that out. Like, I heard a little bit off of their first, because all their albums are just like Billy Talent 1, Billy Talent 2, and all that stuff. And their second album's really good. The third one, I feel like that one has Rusted in the Rain, and I really like that song. And then the fourth one is really good too. The fourth one has the sharks on the front of it. The second album has the mouth on the front of it. I can't remember what the third one has, but no, Billy Talent's a really good one too.
It has the birds.
The birds, that's what it is. Because it's like brown and yellow or something, isn't it? It's like really off-putting colors.
I can't tell you that because I'm colorblind.
Every episode, we got to bring it up. We'll bring it up somehow.
Yep. But I think the third one is the third one I really like. No.
I
think it's the
awards.
second one. The second one with the mouth. Yeah.
Second one with the mouth has a lot of hits.
Yeah. Surrender.
Dead Silence. Okay, so they only go up to Billy Talent number 3.
Oh,
the fourth
Jesus
album has
Christ.
Dead Silence.
Yeah, I remember this dumb Angela Anaconda show. I remember it never looked appealing to me at all.
So if you look at the band members, it's the guy with the really tall hair. He used to work on that show, I think.
Okay.
How did you get South Park with a children's comedy?
I was trying to remember Angela Anaconda. I thought it was like construction paper kind of esque animation.
Okay.
And then it's just like for kids, so it's not going to be like, fuck you, mom.
Oh, wow. That's not what I thought it was, and that's still frightening as fuck.
Yeah, Angela Anaconda I didn't watch it a whole lot as a kid, but I do remember it.
I never saw it.
No, that's, for me, that's in the same vein of weird as, what is it? Not Funky. The one with, we're number one, that meme. I forget the name of it.
Lazy Town.
Lazy Town. There you go.
Oh, Rip the one guy. Stefan, yep. But no, this show only went on for 3 years, so
it's 3 years too long, man.
Yeah, it's a long time for a kids show.
Back then, yeah.
SR-71, their album Now You See Inside is one of my favorite albums of all time, and I'm probably in a minority with that, but that's fine. And looking it up, Rachel and her friend checked out a record store that's going out of business, and she found, I already have this album. The other version, it has like half a liner, and it's called Now You See Inside, so you can see the CD inside the case. It's dumb and silly and fun. But they apparently did, that band had a weird life, but their last album was only released in Japan. It's dumb, under a Japan label and stuff, but found out this album had a Japanese release with an acoustic and another unreleased track on it, so I bought that on Amazon yesterday, and then I bought a demo singles thing that has a song I could not even find on YouTube, so I'm like, I gotta own this. Like, you guys remember singles being released? Like, I have like old Blink singles and stuff. I kind of miss those days.
So if I ever run across someone that knows this band, this is that the Old Stoic. I talked about them last week.
Yeah,
I got
them last week.
I got my CD in, so if I ever find anyone that knows this band, that'll be my new one. Be like, oh shit, you know the Old Stoic. Came out in 2008. They haven't really been doing anything else. Really good set. Like, it's like contemporary blues and all that shit, man. Super, super good.
Yeah.
There was, speaking of singles, just jumping in with this one. I remember probably about 10 years ago, I was in a record store and I found an EP of System of a Down. but it was like one of their super old school ones when they were
Yeah.
using face paint.
Yeah, that's the first album, and the first album's really fucking hard to find because it's not on a streaming networks.
Yeah, fucked up and not got that because that was only like $1 or $2.
Yeah, you should have got that shit.
Yep, hindsight's 2020.
man.
I can't even find the image online. That's unfortunate.
I went to a show in high school that was Alistair and Big Blue Monkey opening for Goldfinger.
Wow.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Wow.
fucking one of the best. You know who Big Blue Monkey became?
No.
No.
The name of their first EP, Story of the Year.
Wow, that's a terrible band.
They're not bad.
Oh, they're pretty bad.
They're fine.
That
to
might
say
have been
who's
the
bad.
band.
They're awful.
That might have been the
They're not
band of that concert I was talking about last week.
Oh yeah. Because I think you said it was like they had
They
story
play-
in their name.
Yeah.
They play Until the Day I Die. They play that one.
I think they did. I was in a
Harder and
speaker.
harder. They put on a fucking show though.
I don't remember
They're
it,
on a
though.
terrible
Guitarists would
fucking
like
show. I
charge
saw
each
them
other,
live.
and oh my god, they're not a bad band. You don't get to say that about bands.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I've seen them live. They're kind of terrible.
Yeah, do it.
Dude,
Be
they
mad
put
at
on a
each
good
other.
Show. They roll around on stage and like charge each other like bulls while they're still soloing and shit.
The Old Stoics' last performance that I see here was on October 11th, 2009 at the Stardust Club in Downey, California.
That's a lot of words.
Trying to
Was.
remember
Found
when
some
I
videos
saw
of them
them.
online. I think. I don't know. Maybe
It's old MySpace videos because I looked them up.
nice.
Yeah. They were in like the MySpace did like a MySpace like highlight of music, and they were on there once. So we can't let the questions go into an hour long again.
No one gives a shit.
Yeah, that was my first one. And going back into games, number 2 here. That Animal Crossing console's coming. Did you ever get, or are you always searching for a collector's edition console? I myself would love the Resident Evil Dreamcast, either of them that was released with transparent blue or red, one of them being the Leon version, the other being the Claire version.
That's cool.
There's tons of Dreamcast console variants, though. Those are ridiculous.
It's like the N64.
Yeah, that was the time when IMAX were out, and it was cool to be transparent, colorful garbage plastic.
I like a lot of the Monster Hunter ones. I'm not going to go out of my way, though, to get one. The one thing I do remember growing up that I really liked, I never got, and I'm not really like hunting for it, is I really liked the Nintendo-themed Game Boy SP.
Oh, the NES one, yeah.
Yeah, the one that's, because it's not stickers or anything. Like, like, because you could get stickers to put on shit and all that, but I like that one. That one was pretty cool.
Don't put stickers on your consoles.
No.
Do
Well,
whatever you want to.
I have
but
an
it
old
never looks
PlayStation
good.
2 that has a Street Fighter that has I'll get it. I'll grab it here in a second and I'll show y'all.
Yeah, I mean those are those for me. I have a red 360 that came with Resident Evil 5, but it wasn't actually it didn't say Resident Evil anywhere on it, but that was what got me the 360 because it came with Resident Evil 5. Unlike the fucking Animal Crossing console that's coming out, because Nintendo can't get off their own dicks to just release a game with the console. They got to release the version of that console themed after that game, and then the game separate, because we're awesome Nintendo. Suck it.
So this is a Udon sticker that you could put on your PlayStation 2, and I got it from Blockbuster.
That's pretty dope.
And it's an Udon art of Ryu doing the Hadoken, and it goes.
Is that a modded PS2?
No, this is the network adapter.
No, on top.
HDD.
No.
Huh? What? Those are
So
memory
this
cards.
it's cut out. That's where the logo is, but you'd have to take the sticker off.
I was gonna say because the modded PS2s for the Fat Boys has a top loader thing on there,
and then the sticker goes all the way around. It has the Udon symbol on that side.
Okay.
This is all separate like pieces too. Like this is the 15th anniversary of Street Fighter.
Yeah.
And I got it at Blockbuster for like $2, and I put it on my PlayStation 2.
Yeah, those never. When I started working at GameStop, those were kind of getting phased out with the faceplates and stuff because nobody was buying those things on their own.
Now those and the big post. I remember at the end of Blockbuster, they had the big movie posters, but they weren't posters. Like they were like actual painted on there. So I have like a Tenacious D the movie one. I have a Hot Fuzz. I had a 300 like big fucking like movie size poster, but it was like on canvas. It wasn't like just paper.
Oh,
Yeah, they
I don't
sold
know
a bunch of
about
those.
I never really cared about special edition consoles unless they had like some cool shit with it. Like
Mhm.
I go back to this, not because it's Star Wars, but the R2D2 360,
Oh yeah,
where it
with
would
the gold
actually make
controller.
the R2D2 noise when you turn it on and shit like that.
Yeah.
I thought that
Yeah.
shit was cool. But other than that, I didn't really give a shit. There is this that
You just
interests me.
reminded me of
It's a
one.
Bayonetta theme for the PlayStation 4 console.
Yeah, that looks cool. There's a Bayonetta Switch. That's some boobs.
Yep.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Like that comes with 2 controllers. There was um,
I'm gonna send you guys a link.
there's a Panzer Dragoon Orta Xbox console. That
They
was
had a
big.
special edition for that.
Yeah. Oh, I found it. Oh, I just want an image. Come on. There it is.
That's cool.
So on that link I sent you guys, I want you to go to number 16.
Okay. I'm gonna paste this as the Panzer Dragoon Orta white Xbox. There were
Oh, that's cool.
999 of them released because of 9999, I guess, was an homage to that.
Yeah.
Pokemon
That's
World
clean.
Championships 2009. You said go down to 16. Oh, there's
Yep.
a clear Saturn that says "This is cool" on it. Taco Bell. Metal Gear Solid 5. Oh, that Destiny one was pretty good.
Yep. You're getting to the good ones, but wait till you get to 16.
Ooh, white Game
What
Gear.
the fuck? The signed Russell Crowe 360?
Yeah.
Get
And
the
it-
fuck out of here.
And I believe that's his picture from his Robin Hood movie.
Sure.
Is that Robin Hood or is that Gladiator?
I don't know. It was a
I want
Make
that
a Wish
boombox that plays
Foundation.
Genesis games.
Did you see the Seaman Christmas
Yeah.
Dreamcast?
I see
That's
that.
sweet.
And then
The Xmas package.
look at the number 1.
Hold on, I'll get down there. I really want that Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater.
The number 1
Premium
thing is worth
3DS.
almost $500,000.
Rose.
Wow.
The Nintendo Wii Supreme, because it's
Oh,
coated in 2.5 kilograms of 22 karat gold and 78 flawless diamonds.
doesn't Kanye have that or something stupid?
Or some
Probably.
fucking Saudi prince. Like,
There's no picture of the Gold Legend of Zelda Game Boy Advance SP, but I feel like
Yeah,
that.
that's not loading for me either.
I feel like that's a thing.
that's crazy.
All these are stupid, but I want the Seaman one.
That rose gold PS4 and Xbox One X, that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
That Shadow of the Tomb Raider Xbox One is sick.
Mhm.
This is a hole we've gone down.
Yeah,
Sure
no,
is.
this is
Sir.
terrible. One thing that's interesting that they don't have, I know that they have the ceramic white PlayStation 2 Slim, but I think the Gran Turismo silver PlayStation 2 Slim is also worth quite a bit of money. That's at least $600.
I like the Pikachu N64 as well.
Yeah,
I like the Pokemon
Japanese
Stadium one.
is-
The Pokemon Stadium one's better.
I only see the box. I don't see with the guts.
There's an actual Pokemon Stadium one. Pokemon Stadium. I just also liked a lot of the N64 colors. I just
Mhm.
like I really like the what's the one control? I want the one that came with Donkey Kong 64, the really lime green jungle controller, but I'm not
Yeah,
paying
that's
$30
nice.
fucking dollars for it.
Oh, here we go.
I really missed out on picking up the Pikachu N64
There's all the
back in
fucking
the day.
Dreamcast ones.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let me see that. Back in the day, they only used to be like $120. I say only used to. Now they're definitely well over 200 if they're getting it loose. Also, the Japanese one is orange instead of blue, and I think it looks way better.
Here's that Pokemon Stadium.
There's
Oh wow, that is nice.
Just the color schemes, which I guess you could do that if you know how to take the shit apart and actually.
yeah, people can make this shit. Like this is what I'm trying to tell Rachel to get into, like painting the tops of things. Like people will buy
You can do fight sticks too. Like I have a
crap.
I'm looking at that Dreamcast fight stick. That
Oh hell yeah, the Denshin Go. There's the Dreamcast controller for that monorail game. Next marathon.
God. Oh Lord.
So, what's my next question?
Yes.